Hello folks, Ram Ramji. Interesting one today. Please understand, after this one, if this is not enough time, we'll continue it very soon, probably next week. Rahul Gandhi has really put his foot right in his mouth. So deep down it's difficult to get it out. When he said he and the Congress party are waging war against India, and I don't mean the India alliance, I mean Bharat India. He has proven what I suspected many months ago. In fact, if you remember, please look at it. There are 2 episodes on Are we looking for a civil war? Are we preparing for a civil war? 2 episodes. Last month, December, I had put out another one. Is Rahul Gandhi a foreign spy? Because everything pointed to him being a foreign agent. With this statement, he has proven those beliefs of mine perfectly correct, beyond all shadow of doubt. Please understand, what does he mean by it? Yes, Arnab Goswami yesterday said he's asking for a total revolt or a civil war. He's asking for a Chinese-type revolution. You know, the Long March, Mao Zedong, Zhou Enlai, 1930s. He's asking for a total removal of all politicians, all people who are all industrialists, everybody. What remains? All he wants then is a mass of people, totally uneducated, thanks to his family, who don't think, who can't think. Why? Because then he can do what he likes with them. Over and above all that, he's trying to convert us into an Islamic nation. Oh, I'm sorry. He does not believe we are a nation. We're just a union of states. But then please ask him, what is the USA? Is that not a nation? What is the UK? Is that not a nation? I mean, it exists of a whole lot of, England for instance, a whole lot of counties. So, according to him, England is a group of counties. It's not a nation, not a country. Name one, even China. It has a whole lot of provinces. That's not a nation. What about Russia? Same thing. The other thing is, you remember I pointed out in one of my earlier videos, in the last 4 or 5 months, Rahul Gandhi was in the US September last year, that's 2024. At the same time, M.K. Stalin was there, D.K. Shivakumar, Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka State, was there. What were all 3 doing in the US at the same time? Why were they meeting, for instance, people like Donald Lu? He is one of the regime change experts assigned to this region. You know, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. Victoria Nuland is probably for Eastern Europe. Aka, Ukraine. What else are they doing? You see Rahul Gandhi eating off the floor, talking to an old lady. These are all photo ops designed to make him look like a great hero, one who cares for the people. Just like Zelensky, who was a comedian on stage, taken out, built up into becoming president of the Ukraine. A totally useless person. Same as Rahul Gandhi. So far, he's done everything as per Western wishes. But now, of course, the Democratic Party has lost the election and Trump is about to take over. So what happens? He shifted tack. He's now talking the Chinese communist way. When he says he's at war against India, and his party is at war against India, what does he mean? Wipe out the entire system. All the people involved, the rich people, the politicians, whether it's the members of parliament or the upper house, that is Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, plus all your MLAs and MLCs in all the states, the judiciary, the Supreme Court, the High Court, all the judges, the lawyers, everything. And the finance people. He's trying to wipe them out. What does he have left? As I pointed out earlier, a whole mass of people totally unemployed, unqualified to do anything. And possibly Muslim to boot. Which means they will follow orders to the last letter. They will be incapable of thinking. Thinking people he can't handle. He is incapable of thinking. Incapable totally. Now when you want to do something like this, and then he says, Bhagwat of the RSS, he would have been hanged for saying something, apparently saying something even similar to this. What about himself? Maybe he is the one who should be hanged publicly. Because remember, he has been involved in trying to destroy our economy, our stock markets, through Hindenburg. He's been trying to get people from outside to buy our State Bank of India and LIC. That was the original intent 2 years ago. And here's the best part. News comes through today. The company Hindenburg is closed down. Why? 4 days before Donald Trump takes over as president. It tells you one thing. Biden was never a friend of ours. He hated us, or whoever he's working for hates us. And who is that? George Soros, pulling the strings from behind. Now George Soros failed to get Biden re-elected, or Kamala Harris in his place, who's also a Democrat. And you think of that. A person has so much influence. You remember what I said 3 years ago? And in my book, the American public does not elect the president. He is already pre-selected. It doesn't matter whether he is a Democrat or a Republican. The bankers, I think the CFR is it, they've already vetted him. And the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League. They've all selected the person. It doesn't matter if he's Republican or Democrat. He's their man. Now in this case, George Soros and the banking clique have taken over the Democratic Party. And their aim is world governance, one world governance, or the New World Order. What are they trying to do in India? You remember Stalin, DKS, and Rahul Gandhi all in US at the same time. What is their aim? Just like you remember in Britain, Burgess and McLean and Kim Philby, spies or intelligence agents for MI6 and MI5, they were also recruited by the NKVD, was it KGB by then, to spy for the Soviet Union. And they were double agents. Burgess and McLean escaped to the Soviet Union. Philby, I don't think he was ever imprisoned or anything. The other one, of course, was Blunt, who was, I think, defrocked in 1979, Margaret Thatcher. Now, to have somebody that high up makes your own intelligence gathering very easy. So what are the banking clique and what is this new old order trying to do in India? If they can get all these chief ministers in their pockets and Rahul Gandhi at the center, what more could they ask for? Which is precisely what they're trying to do. You see, they want Tamil Nadu in their pockets. Why? The beaches all along the coast of Tamil Nadu are rich in thorium. a substitute for nuclear fission. There you go. Tamil Nadu. Plus, they're trying to break India into pieces. You know, the Tukde gang, a la Rahul Gandhi. Now, for instance, the Kerala Chief Minister has come out totally anti-Hindus and anti-Sanatan Dharma. Just like Udayanidhi Stalin before the previous general election. So what happens now? You've got Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Telangana, all Congress, all totally against Hinduism. It's one bloc. They're now trying to get Maharashtra into that same bloc. That entire southern region gets separated. In the north, the NCP, along with for Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand, Punjab and Haryana, Khalistanis. Eastern side, a Christian nation on the east, you know, Assam eastwards. They're trying to expand Bangladesh into West Bengal, Jharkhand and Bihar and possibly Odisha. India's already been broken up according to them in this. And now with Rahul Gandhi wanting a total Chinese type revolution, what remains? India, which had begun to march, the sleeping giant which had begun to wake up, is going to be destroyed that way. And Rahul Gandhi, you are one of the monsters who are behind this, the collaborator. You know what happens to collaborators, and you know what happens to people who wants to destroy this nation of ours. You may not believe we're a nation. I do, so do a whole lot of others. Just get this straight. If you ever try this, I hope somebody drags you out in the street and hangs you in public, because that's what you deserve. We worked damned hard. A lot of us have worked our socks off to get to where we are today. You don't like the idea that some people get rich. Why? Because you're still a feudal person in mentality. You want everybody else to be beneath you. You don't want people to develop. You want them to remain ignorant and fit for nothing. As long as they're like that, you're happy. They mustn't be better than you are. Which is setting a very, very poor standard. Regretfully, I can't understand how you got to this particular status, except dynasty. Grow up, mister, or get out. Before some hothead goes and puts a bullet through you. Maybe that's what you deserve. However, not being that type of person, I wouldn't recommend it. I would just say, leave. We don't need monsters like you here. We would like to develop our own way. It's not the Western way, it's not the Chinese way. It's our own way. You may not like people or things Indian. We do. We stand by them. Even the West is coming to our way of thinking. But you, no. If it's Indian, it's no good. Well, let's understand a few things, Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Grow up. If you can't help all of us develop, get out and stay out. Stop interfering in everything. There are people who know how to help us develop within this country. Stop trying to bite them off. Allow them to do a decent job. Maybe 3 generations from now, your descendants might find a place here. You certainly don't. You're not fit for it. Thank you, folks. Next time, let's see what else there is. But this time, Rahul Gandhi has really gone too far. Action must be taken against him. I mean, stern action. Ciao.